versus devotion. Because I think sometimes we confuse devotion with a right to suffer. And I think that sometimes, all of us are so eyeball deep in the acquisitive approach to fulfillment, aka the I'll be happy when syndrome. I'll be happy when I'm rich and famous. I'll be happy when I'm married. I'll be happy when I have kids. I'll be happy when I have $1 million. That we're willing to suffer right now because of the imagined payoff at the end of the rainbow. The imaginary pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. P.S. You never find the end of a rainbow, right? That's why there's a pot of gold there that we're always searching for. And there are some religions even that sort of propagate this thing of we'll suffer in this life for the glory of the afterlife. And if your life really sucks right now, then let's just put all of our attention on the afterlife. And I think that we got to be careful with this. We have to be careful, especially as artists as well, of I'm willing to suffer and be miserable right now because I'm going to be happy once I'm rich and famous. I'm going to be happy once I have an agent and I'm a series regular on a TV show. And it's not true. Your happiness exists in one time, and that is right now. And it exists in one place, and that is inside of you. And if you do not have the capability to experience that inside of you and right here, it is not magically going to happen once you get some zeros in your bank account or sign some papers. So we have to let go of this idea of I'm willing to suffer right now because of some imagined payoff in the future. That's the suffering piece. What I do want to talk about, and what I do think can be really beautiful, is devotion. Devoting ourselves 100% fully to something bigger than us, something that we believe in, telling a story, creativity, artistry, being a mother, devoting yourself to your lover, devoting yourself to your God, devoting yourself to helping homelessness or homeless people. It doesn't really matter what the thing is, provided that you are in fact devoting yourself to something bigger than you. But I think that you can do that. I think that you can devote yourself to something without suffering. And I actually would argue that the more you devote yourself to something bigger than you, the more you're going to enjoy yourself along the way. Because in so doing, you get your ego out of the way. It's not about you. And if you're enjoying the act of devotion and the act of surrender all along the way, then who cares if there's a pot of gold at the imaginary rainbow? Who cares if you become a rich and famous movie star at the end of this terrible journey to get there? If you're enjoying yourself all along the way, creating for the sake of creating, devoting yourself to something bigger than you, then that in and of itself becomes the reward. And that gives you detachment, which P.S. is the way to make all those other things show up.
Bleeding sun, stars.